We've all picked up really bad habits because of modern jiu-jitsu's obsession with the competition rule set. It's the reason that just about every academy sets the clock to a 5-minute timer. And we've also been conditioned to believe that once the battle starts and we establish our grips, the only way out is to push through that chaos. To stay deep in the pocket, solve the puzzle from inside, and grind until someone breaks. But there's an important strategy that we've almost entirely edited out of the modern art. A tactic that could be the difference between surviving the chaos of a real-life altercation or going home bloodied or worse. And that's what we're talking about today. The most important strategy that's missing from your game, that will make your training partners stop in their tracks and leave your opponents totally confused. Welcome to the Alchemy of Struggle, babe. Most jiu-jitsu academies today are essentially factories for the competition circuit. Everything is calibrated to the scoreboard, the point system, the techniques you choose to focus on, and especially the clock. And we're conditioned to believe that if we haven't solved the person in front of us within 5 minutes, we have failed the objective. And in a tournament, if you're the guy on top and you're backing away too much to reset your strategy, the ref will call you for stalling. So what do? We stay in the pocket, fighting for a millimeter of progress that probably isn't coming. This competition mindset is also why so many of us start the round by sitting on our asses. Not even pulling guard, but literally sitting on our asses and trying to beat the other guy to it. It's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in what is supposed to be a combat sport. We've traded the reality of the stand-up fight for the convenience of the sporting exchange, and ignore the struggle for the takedown because it's inefficient in a 5-minute round. But in doing so, we lose one of the most powerful tools in our arsenal, the ability to control the geography of the fight. The option that we almost always forget is the simplest one: total disengagement. I'm not talking about backing off an inch or two or reestablishing your grips. I'm talking about standing up, clearing every point of contact, and forcing the entire exchange to restart from zero. It's the strategic reset. I first learned this as an early white belt when I supplemented my learning with Gracie combatives. One of the first techniques that I learned from that video series wasn't about sweeping just to get on top or to submit someone. It was about sweeping to get the hell out of there. Because in a real-life altercation, the sooner you can get out of harm's way, the better. But in competition jiu-jitsu, the sweep is just another transition. You sweep, you settle into top position, and you start hunting for the submission. In a combative context, the ground itself is a transition, not a destination. And this is especially critical for women and much smaller practitioners. If you're dealing with someone who has a significant size or weight advantage, staying on the ground to hunt for submission is a massive gamble. Chasing after a medal in an air-conditioned gym is one thing, but surviving the chaos of a real-life situation is entirely different. So the smartest move in that situation is not to grind it out on the ground, but to use the sweep as a necessary tool to get back to your feet. Then I remember hearing a high-level black belt talk about this, and he put more structure around it. He said in any position on the mat, you really have one of 3 options. You're either advancing to a sweep or a submission, or you're defending against a sweep or a submission, or number 3, the one that is rarely discussed, you're disengaging and resetting the game. Most grapplers train hard, but very few train with a system. Strength, recovery, mental, built from the mats, the field, and real thinking. The Mat Longevity Protocol, link in the description. So the whole just stand up thing has become a joke in modern jiu-jitsu gyms, but there is deep wisdom in the simplicity of it. Because while we've been conditioned to stay deep in that pocket, the ultimate form of self-defense is refusing to be there in the first place. But this isn't just about the what-if scenarios of a street fight. It's one of the most effective ways to dismantle someone's game without having to engage in it on their terms. In traditional warfare, there's this concept called the strategic retreat. An army will intentionally disengage and even appear to be running away. Not out of fear, but to lure their enemy out of their fortified positions. You're pulling them out of their comfort zone and into the kill zone. And in Jiu Jitsu, when you disengage, you force that guard player to move their entire body to find you again. And you're catching them in a space where they're most vulnerable and where you can take the initiative. Just this week, I focused on this strategy during every sparring round, and it completely changed the nature of the exchanges. Instead of fighting my way through or looking for a counter inside of a guard that I didn't like being in, I simply disengaged and reset the entire board. At one point, one of my training partners even said, "Man, you completely backed out of that just as I was setting up the sweep." He had invested all of his energy into a trap that I decided not to engage with. Now, in his defense, with about 10 seconds left in the round, he finally hit that sweep. So disengaging is a strategic no, and a refusal to play a losing game just because the clock is ticking. And for the older grappler, this is the ultimate energy management tool. Why spend 3 to 4 minutes grinding through someone's flexible guard when you can simply stand up, reset, and catch them as they try to chase you back into the engagement? And this allows you to clear the buffer and start a new transition where you control the terms. So the next time you find yourself stuck in the pocket and fighting for a millimeter that is not there, ask yourself one simple question. Am I trying to solve a bad position when I can simply reset? Because sometimes the smartest move on the mat isn't to push harder, but choosing not to play that particular game at all. So stop over-investing in something when it's obviously a losing battle. Because if you aren't winning the exchange, you always have the option to kill it and reset. Control the geography, control the tempo, and most importantly, control your ego. And above all else, make sure you bulletproof your body for those mats. And to see how I do this well into my 50s and remain dominant and healthy on the mats, make sure you download the Free Strength Protocol linked in the description. Or if you want access to the full system, the complete Mat Longevity Protocol, that's there too. But most importantly, keep up the good fight and stay safe on those mats.